Right, good evening. Here I am again, back again, and it is a live stream. So welcome to everyone. Just bear with me a second. I'll see if I can get the comments in. So I don't know who's in the chat or anything like that. But hi, I'm Dylan, or as people might know me on YouTube, HyperTriggerX. So this is the Club 52 live stream for January for the game we picked back in December. So just about a couple of weeks before Christmas. We did a live stream and we chatted about Nightmare Creatures, I think was this game we were talking about. And the game that got selected for the next game, Club 52 game, was Shadows of the Damned, which is one I personally picked. It's a game that I've wanted to play for absolutely ages. I knew it might be my kind of right up my street, with it being a Shinji Mikami game. So he made Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4, and Suda 51. Played a couple of their games, and yeah, them kind of my thing. So I thought, I'm going to pick that. I've never played it, and luckily, a new version of it's come out. So that's the version I played anyway. So that's this. So this is the hella remastered version of it on PS5. Apparently, not a great running game by all accounts, but I'm having fun with it. I'll be honest, and I haven't finished it. So I've got 4 guests for this stream to join us tonight, and they are John Bundy, and I'll drop John Bundy in. Hey, how is it going? And next up, we've got Ross. Howdy, Ross. How's it going?
Howdy, doody. Always good.
Good. And next person, we've got Glory Boner, a.k.a. Scott. Howdy, Scott. How are you doing? You all right? And finally, we have Gordon. I'm going to drop Gordon in. Oh, there he is. I thought he was way in the distance there. You know what I mean? Hi, guys. How's it going? Right. Okay. So let's crack on. I don't know, John, do you know how to play a trailer for this game or anything? Do you know how to put that? Can you do that
sure. Okay, so I can. Give me one moment. I will dig out the trailer and then.
Yeah, well, we'll keep on chatting while you're doing that anyway. So like I say, yeah, I do own this game on the 360, but it's a game I've never ever got around to playing it. One that's, I wouldn't say it's a super expensive game, but it's not one of those £3 Xbox 360 CX games. But it's still fairly cheap. Like I said, it's had the remaster that just come out recently, and that's how I played it. But according to Digital Foundry, it's not a good remaster. Apparently, the frame rate's all over the place. But apparently this one, I don't know if anyone's played it, this one plays better on a PS4, and this disc apparently plays on a PS4 fine, even though it's a PS5 game. I don't know how that works, but anyway. How are we doing, John?
So,
sorry, can I say, if they just put a PS4 game on a disc and put a PS5 label on it?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's what he said. He said it plays better as a PS4 version than it does on the PS5. Apparently, the frame rate's all over the place on the PS5, so it's quite, just dips in and out. I didn't really miss it, to be fair. Like, I thought it was pretty decent, but yeah. So I'll be honest. I'll be. Confession time, I haven't even finished it. I was literally just playing it until the stream, just before the stream, which is why I was late sending you guys the link. What act am I up to? I'm up to 4.4 or 4.5. So it's in like a graveyard area.
Yeah.
Was it 20 plus on 360? Yes, I'd say it's a reasonably priced game, Paul, if people want to jump in. I mean, that's an import. This one hasn't, at this stage, had a UK release physically on PS5. That I got that from America. But so far, I'll be honest, I didn't know what to expect about the game. I knew it'd be like sort of there you go, and Gordon's got it as well, courtesy of Secret Santa. So big up Secret Santa. And I wasn't sure what kind of game it was. But I thought it'd be like an action game, but I wasn't. I don't know. I think it was a bit more linear than I thought it was going to be. I'm not saying I thought it'd be some crazy open world game, but it's like you've got a set path that you go through the game. But it's got a lot of like Resident Evil sort of DNA, I think, in the way the action sort of, the way you sort of your weaponry and the sort of movements, etc. That's what I thought anyway. And then obviously you got all the humor and the whole like the R-ratedness that you get from the Grasshopper manufacture game. Don't know what anyone wants to pipe in what they've been.
I've got the trailer ready. You need to.
Oh yeah, let's do the trailer.
So you need to. You'll see in the back bits that I've shared one of my screens. So you need to add that in and then make it like full screen or whatever, and then I'll hit play.
Oh God, how do I do that?
So where this bit where you found you could send us in or out. You should hopefully see like just a.
There's loads of screen layouts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know how to do any of that. You know what I mean? Apologies, guys. Have you ever used StreamYard? So this is all quite new to me. You know what I mean? To be fair, unless I can present it, you know what I mean? But anyways.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if you get up on a tab on
right, we'll do that in a bit anyway. We'll let you guys jump in and have a little chat about what you like your experiences in playing the game. Is this the first time you played the game? I think everyone here has played it already, bar me and John, isn't it?
I completed it before Christmas.
Right, okay, but you were first time playing it. You hadn't played it previously to the stream.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, the Hella Remastered was my first experience of the game.
How about you, Ross? I'm assuming you played this one before.
I have, but I'd only played like a little bit of it because it didn't grab me when I first played it because I played it on 360, of course. So I started again when I went for it this time, and again it didn't really grip me at all. It just felt like a lot of running around in the dark shooting goat heads.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, I did stick with it this time, and I did have a good time with it. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Apart from, I like the idea it's got the Resident Evil 4 style aiming, but that aim is off. There's something wrong with that aim. You can have a shotgun right in front of somebody. If you're like not directly on their head, it still misses them. That was annoying me. Other than that, it's a good game.
Yeah, it is a good. I don't know. There's little things that I didn't pick up until later on in the game. For the little things that started to click a little bit as I was playing through the games. I mean, there was a bit with you got that like the shot demon man fella, and when you're near close by to him, he has like those like all those white sort of like jewels or whatever, and that's it, when you're around him. And I literally only just picked up on that tonight, and you know what I mean. It's like I'm on nearly at the 5th act of the game, which I believe is the last act of the game or the last chapter.
Yeah.
So I only just picked up on that, you know what I mean. And I didn't get how if you use like your first shot and you light them, if they're in like a sort of like a dark realm or whatever. I don't know if that's how you pronounce where they're all dark and you light them up, and then that's when you can start firing at them. It took me ages to sort of work that out as well. How about you?
You to put it more like gaming kind of talk. That's when it staggered, so they can be so you can hit them.
Exactly. How about yourself, Gordon? This was your. I think you were quite happy that we picked this one, weren't you?
Got no sound, Gordon.
No sound. We can't hear you.
No, we can't hear you. We'll move on to Glory Boner. How about you, Glory Boner?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm on my phone, so I don't think I'm looking at the camera. It's in a weird place, so apologies for that. But I am kind of trying to look at everything at once. So I originally played this back on the 360 years ago. There was only, I think, one achievement I got left to do, which to do it on the hardest difficulty, and that's what I wanted to do this time. But I've just been so busy with Christmas and work, I've not actually got round to finishing it like I wanted to. And the difficulty does ramp up, and it is a lot harder on the hardest difficulty, as you'd expect, but like almost brutally hard. And I remember getting through a bit and just getting stuck at certain parts. It's horrendous, but I will go back and do it. But out of the kind of 3 big Suda 51 games that were on the 360, so this, Lollipop, Chainsaw, and Killer is Dead, this is probably my favorite one. Like, I really enjoyed this one. Lollipop being my second one. Killer is Dead I couldn't really get into. That was the one I struggled to get into. But this one, just fantastic. This and Lollipop, like the comedy and the humor in it is just it's so good. This one has a lot more, as by my name, a lot more kind of dick jokes and that kind of stuff. But but it's great, and there was some nice movie references as well. Like I think it's a bit where you probably are now, Dylan. Then if you're saying where it's got the
it's Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Yeah,
Yeah,
the Evil Dead references and stuff. Yeah, just great. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Switching between the different kind of weapons that you get with your gun kind of upgrades or can turn into different guns.
Yeah,
that was interesting. Excuse me. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love this game. It's a great game. It's just
I'm wondering.
It's a classic fun game. Just put on, have some fun, have a laugh. Don't take yourself too seriously, and just blast the crap out of demons.
Yeah, some of the humor is a bit closer. It was very raw, you know what I mean? Some of the jokes, or the, you know what I mean?
Jokes. Play the game, that will make sense, you know.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? I did like, you know, like I thought, like, you know, the whole sort of Mexican vibe as well was pretty cool. You know, quite unique. You know what I mean? It's not something, you know, you see too often, I suppose.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
There we go.
I do go. So I was just saying, obviously, you were quite happy with pick this one. I know you played it before and quite enjoyed it. And any better second time around?
Yeah, I was buzzing when I got picked. I played it, I think it was last year or the year before. Sorry, 23 or 22, I think I played it. And then it came up again. I was absolutely buzzing. I think it's a class game. I think it's so funny. And just, the action is really good in it. And the comedy factor of it, and the dialogue, everything, I think is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And it does remind you a lot of like Resident Evil, like you said, but also you can see the No More Heroes kind of influence as well in it. And yeah, it's just so cool. I loved it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I suppose like No More Heroes, that's got a lot of like sort of you know, saucy jokes, and you know, it's all very tongue in cheek, you know, completely. You know what I mean? That's just it. It's got that, and like Scott said, you know, Lollipop. I've never played Lollipop. I've got it, but never got it.
Oh, if you're not, definitely give Lollipop a go. It's it's a great game in its own right as well, and it has the same kind of humor and just silliness about it as well. I
feel bad because I've never played Lollipop. I've got it, but never played it.
It's a great game. I mean, we had the remake of Lollipop not long back, and now we've got the remake of this, or remaster.
A bunch of the music.
Probably get a Killer is Dead remaster as well coming up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, he also did. I think Killer 7 was
on GameCube and
was
PS.
Yeah, it's on GameCube. Yeah, and PlayStation 2. But that was a Suda game when he was obviously, I think, working for Clover or Capcom and all that sort of stuff. But definitely got the that's all connected. But I'd say another thing that is like,
Suda's had his hands in a lot of stuff that you wouldn't expect, like Project Zero, like Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. He was the writer and director of that, I think, really randomly. And he was Fatal Frame, basically, in it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. And he also did Michigan Report from Hell, didn't he?
Did he? Yeah. I know there's some download game. It was one that was like a side-scrolling sort of 2D game that was on Xbox Live Arcade, and it was one of those games, when everyone was getting games off Xbox Live to download before the store shut down. There was one on there, and it was a Suda 51 game. I don't know what it's called, to be fair, but pretty good.
Travis Strikes Back, is it?
No. That's part of the No More Heroes storyline. I'm not sure what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I've got the Lollipop Chainsaw. I think it's either, I don't know if it's already arrived or I can't remember, but definitely it's on its way if I haven't already got it already. The
original or remaster?
The remaster, Repop, Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yeah, because before that they've apparently stripped out some of the licensed music.
It's apparently it's not as good as the original version by all accounts. But
well, I was going to say about the remaster on here, because I wanted to get the remaster of this game because I like it that much. But then you're saying that it's not as good, or does it run as well? It
doesn't run as
quite
well.
well.
But apparently, if you run it in a PS4, according to Digital Foundry, it runs quite well. But apparently, like if on the PS5, they weren't complimentary of it and said that the frame rates drops in and out. You know, its frame rate's never steady. It doesn't stay.
I'm gonna have to say, like with the remaster of it, where I played this, I played it on the Series X this time, and this runs smooth as anything on the Series X.
I can imagine it probably does, yeah.
Yeah, genuinely really good.
Yeah. Probably maybe, to be fair, the way to play it. I mean, yeah, this is like upscaled and all that sort of stuff. But you know what I mean? If people probably take frame rate over, like, you know, a graphical sheen to the game, you know.
To be honest, I don't know if the Series X upscale. It usually upscales stuff and textures and things.
Yeah.
I don't know if it did for that, but it looked really nice.
I mean, if this people correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's with those older Xbox games, as long as either Microsoft or the developers have done patches for the newer hardware to like improve, like say from 30 to 60 FPS extra textures, then it will automatically download and add them in when you put the disc in. It's just, I don't think it's necessarily guaranteed if the developer was like, no, we don't care about that game anymore. So
yeah. So who played it on the original game and who played the remaster?
Remaster.
Original.
Remaster.
And regular for Scott as well. Right, okay.
So, Gordon, did you obviously played the remasters? I take it you got the PS5 one. Did you play it on the PS5? Did you have issues?
Yeah, so like Dylan was saying, I did notice a little bit of a dip in frame rates and things like that. But it didn't bother me. Like I still played through it and enjoyed it. But like it's not really overly noticeable, but you do notice it. And like Ross was mentioning about when you headshots lined up, like you just felt it was a bit janky a little bit. Like it wasn't as smooth as it could have been.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But I still loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Before we probably go much further, for anyone who's not heard this game before, we might probably just say we've said what like the gameplay, but what the actual story. What's the point of the game? So, start off again. You are a demon hunter who slays demon with your gun. There's actually like a skull, but it's like a former demon that's now your ally and turns into different guns as you get different upgrades. Anyway, as part of the intro, your girlfriend apparently has hanged herself, and demons start ripping and crawling out of her body. And then like it's not Satan, I don't think. It's like just some like general in hell, or you know, the big boss of hell, but not
Lord
Satan.
of the Underworld or something, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Takes her away. And so, but before he portals out completely, you fall through the portal as well and end up in the underworld. And you go through demon after demon to try and get your girlfriend's soul back. And because there was, sorry, just before, you've never actually played this before, have you, Dylan, as in completed it? Because it's a massive spoiler for the end of the game, which I have an idea which I want to discuss, but I'm not going to bring it up if it's a huge spoiler that you don't know about.
No, I've not completed the game yet.
Fine. I will not bring it up though. But it's just okay. So I'm going to try and ask it in a way that's not going to be spoilery. But okay, when you go through the game, you get story segments of like you read or it gets narrated to you about the human life of one of the undead demons that you're fighting. But then there's one which is about like this woman who goes to fight, who's a demon hunter herself, and ends up becoming like the mistress of the Lord of the Underworld.
Okay.
People remember that bit?
Yeah, that one with like machine guns and like, is she the one that's like dragging off the girl?
She like lost her arms, kept fighting, lost her legs, and kept fighting. So her reward was to become like the mistress of the Lord of the Underworld, which you never see. But I wonder, is that actually your girlfriend? Did she escape and come back? It makes more sense maybe later on. And I feel like this game was meant to have a sequel based on the ending, which maybe if the remaster does well, maybe we'll get. But I feel like that might be explored more. But that was kind of my thing, because you had this story segment for a character that we never actually see. So I wondered, is that meant to be his girlfriend?
I mean, when you do complete the game, you get a new game plus. And when you go into New Game Plus, it fast forwards all the cutscenes. So, like you're saying, there might have been a sequel, but also I feel like it's like a limbo kind of thing that he just keeps on repeating it and repeating it and repeating it.
Okay.
So, but your question to that is answered at the bit after the credits.
So the bit after I don't want to spoil anything for Dylan.
Yeah, it answers your question.
Because okay, in the remastered, it ends with Dylan. Can you mute us for a moment? I'll wave when you can come back in or something. And anyone watching, you know. Okay, so you've muted your voice, but can you still hear us? Okay.
Turn your volume down.
Okay, cool, great. Okay, sorry. So okay, who says muted your screen? Okay, we can't hear you, Dylan, but
you know what? I'm no good. I'm not like a story guy anyway, so
okay,
it doesn't.
so at the very end scene of the game, you know, you and your girlfriend are having dinner together, and then you go and answer the phone, and it is a voice. I will not say who. And then next thing you know, you're being attacked by demons, and the two of you look like you're about to fight them. Is that the scene you're referring to?
Yes.
Right.
And he says, I fell in love with the
okay, so
underworld.
Yeah, I did wonder if that was just referring that she was the new one, or is that actually meant to be she is definitely the original one? So
I don't know, but she kind of changes a
bit. Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway, so back to normal streaming rather than trying to screw around with listening.
To be honest, the story's pretty easy, and you can guess where it's going to go. It's a game of dick jokes and shooting demons.
I thought there was one really kind of heart-wrenching bit in the story, and it was when his girlfriend was saying that she just wanted it to stop. You know, she was like, I just wanted it to stop, I wanted it to be finished. I thought that was really heart-wrenching.
I think the game should have ended before the bit before the credits, which I won't say.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It should have ended. That would have been a good ending to the game.
Yeah, that would have been like, I thought that was the ending until, well, yeah, so.
Yeah, because then it could have kept it open. It could have left it. Aye.
Oh, something that I've done.
Again, it is a game with 2 credit scenes.
Aye.
Something I've done in this game that I've never done in any other game before. So in Act 4, when you when you get the big boner weapon, and you have to go between the different sections to use the big boner, and the way you go through the dark areas, you walk over a mostly naked woman. Like she's huge, she's like tall as a building. You literally so walking over the ass in one bit, and another bit her breasts, and it's just like, I've never done this before in the game. So wow, they're really going for it here.
I was genuinely thinking it was going to press X to suckle at one point or something. But didn't happen. Do a 360 on the areola. Like, continue on. That'd be an amazing achievement.
Yeah, it was
I was impressed.
For that.
The achievements on this had swearing in them, which you don't see very often.
Mm-hmm.
I think I figured out a little bit maybe how that you've added that trail to the bottom, haven't you? Do I add that to the stage and then put that as the main thing?
Yeah. So if you want to,
I don't know how to do it, but there you go.
Okay, we've done it. So I will.
How is your dear sweet Paul? No. What the shit is that? Don't away, shall we? This is your Mario, right, Johnson? Then you can be my tour guide. Your face Turn around, walk away. And forever. Before you die, demon scum, I will carve my name in your flesh. That name is Garcia, Hotspur, hunter of demons and slayer of pendejos like you.
Wow. For the people who are watching the stream, there's the trailer. Yeah, I think
Hotspur.
pretty decent, man. Makes you want to play the game. You know, it does. It's a nice trailer, to be honest. Don't know about being 60 frames per second. I think that's
Yeah, I don't think so.
people that debunked that. You know what I mean? Another thing
It disappoints me. I've only just found out that the New Game Plus is only in the remastered one. That's annoying.
And another thing that I picked up on, and this when I was looking for like hints on certain like parts of the one of these, and I went online, you know what I mean, and I'd see how you get the red crystals, to get get all the upgrades, etc. And I was like, saw people and they had like virtually all the stuff maxed out, and I'm like, how the hell have they got all their stuff maxed out? Like I'm like probably near the end of the game, and I've got so many I need to get. And it's only literally just before that I realised that when they're down on the ground, the enemies, if you go over them and you press your X, and you stomp on them, like the jewels start popping up, and I was like, oh right, I only just found this out. You know what I mean?
The part, I think it's in the graveyard again, where you can farm crystals.
Yeah.
There's a bit where I think your girlfriend's running away from you or something. You're chasing her, but there's like a almost infinite spawn of enemies, and you can just
Is that the
farm
swamp
them.
area? Or is that another one?
Yeah, quite possibly actually. Yeah.
Well, of course, because I looked up that I looked that up, being snide person I am. I said, Shadow Damned dual farming, and I looked up some videos, and there was one that's like in the library. There's like a demon that you can stomp on him. You can knock him down to the ground, stomp on him, and you can get like the maximum amount. Yeah. You can get like 999 or something, like jewels or something like you just keep on pressing. Then if it's a glitch, and maybe it's not in this one, but
I almost maxed out the red like upgrades and stuff, but it's because I didn't buy any health in the game. I literally just
I didn't buy potions. I just bought red gems from the shop guy.
Yeah.
But what difficulty did everyone play it on?
Normal.
Yeah, I played it on normal.
Yeah,
I played it on the easiest one. On was it Lemon Hunter or something? I did it on that simply because it's the easiest way to get most of the achievements, and the difficulties on the 360 version doesn't stack, so you have to play easy, normal, and hard anyway.
Yeah.
I've done it twice already. The easy and the normal. Like I said, I just need to do the hard one. That's all I've got left on it now. It's quite a difference. There's a big jump in difficulty.
I can imagine so.
So where the New Game Plus might come in handy, where if you have all the upgrades to take on the hard modes potentially. But...
Yeah, but even in New Game Plus, you don't get to pick the difficulty.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You okay?
You can't carry over your. You have to start again fresh.
Oh, my bad. I haven't tried.
That was going to be my plan, but it didn't work.
So for all my stuff, or the little gems I do seem to be able to get, because I've been buying now and again. I buy ammo. Don't really tend to buy it. It's quite plentiful, really, isn't it? But I was sometimes buying the potions.
Red gems all the way, baby. Red gems all the way, baby.
Yeah, I should have done that, really, to be fair. But like I say, I'm nearly done with the game, and I've only just discovered that stomping thing to get jewels, which you obviously use those white jewels to buy the red jewels to get your upgrades. So I've been basically maxing out on my weapons, but not really doing the reload or the capacity. And it's quite annoying sometimes. You're like, because you find when you roll, you've got to reload your weapon like after you've rolled or whatever.
Yeah.
Say if you're using the shotgun, you've only got like a capacity of 4 shots, bullets in your shotgun. You roll and you have to keep on. Oh, it's a bit annoying because I've literally up on a bit tonight, and I just kept on dying and dying. It's a bit in a library, and it's all in the dark.
Yeah. You shoot slugs. Yeah.
Yeah, you follow the slug around, and you get to the
What
end.
is that tune they hum?
Oh, I don't know. And you get to the end, and there's and you're in complete darkness, and you've got to use that light weapon, which creates like a little ball, like a bomb that you've got to shoot to be able to kill some of those enemies. And the door's slowly going up, and you get like rushed by enemies from all around, and it's dark. Oh God, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, that bit was a bit annoying because it's one of those enemies you have to use the thing to blow off his armor, don't you?
Yes.
Keep coming at you.
Yeah, that's the one. And I've literally
to be honest, even on easy, I died a few times only because it was stuff like there's bits where you get chased by
the girlfriend.
If everything's like a one-hit kill, she just grabs onto you, kisses you, and falls over.
Yeah, that was annoying. Yeah,
you need to run around in that small area to get a strawberry to run back out. And you even if you get like in the same vicinity, she just jumps on you. I couldn't get past her. It was
that was I thought, because I kept on thinking, we don't have to kill those other people. I was running and I was going straight to the cabin. And then she was kissing me as I was trying to go into the cabin. Then I watched the video of someone doing it online. I was like, oh right, you have to run around and sort of get her to go to another area so you can run to the other side of the area and start killing all
the only enemy you can't just dodge past. If you try to dodge, she still grabs you. It's really annoying.
Thing is, you run. I was finding that if you're using your run function, it didn't actually last that long. You'd run for about like a couple of seconds, and you'd like slow down again.
The controls are a bit weird as well. Like right trigger to run, it was on the original one. Which
oh right, okay.
There's plenty of other buttons you could have used.
And I didn't really use my like the staff that much.
No, I didn't either.
No. I only used that when
staff,
I only used it when the enemies were already in the darkness because you can beat the darkness out of them.
Yeah, I found that. Well, that's what I found in that library section. If someone was near me, like my square or circle would come up, and I'd hit one of them, and it'd like knock them, and then you know they were there, and then you'd be able to shoot them or whatever. But
I just kept sprinting at them. It's like, I can't kill them at the moment. Just smack them, then shoot them.
Well, yeah, and that's something I found out when with that section when your girlfriend chases you after you and you have to avoid her. Is you could roll into the enemies to kill them. You know what I mean? I never knew that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I found that by pure fluke, trying to dodge something.
Yeah, but all in all, I'm going to complete it. You know what I mean? It's definitely what I'm going to do. Would I play it again? I don't know. You know what I mean? I probably would, to be fair, because I think there's loads that I've learned in the first playthrough that I think, oh right, okay, I'll probably go through it again and make it a bit of not an easy experience, just a bit more, smoother experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The game would have been better with less darkness. That stuff's just annoying.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that makes me not want to play it again, because it gets tedious. But...
Yeah. Well, then there was all that, like when you go into light, and then when you light and the darks elements. I mean, there was a section literally was just on there, and then you had to because you have to kill those like little traces of the hearts, don't you, in order to get the little doorways to unlock. And it wasn't like the traces from the hearts were in different areas. You'd have to go up ramps and up ladders, and then there was those things that you put in that let the fireworks off.
Yeah.
And as well as that, there was like baddies running around, so you had to set off the fireworks, run around the ramps and up ladders, and then deal with the baddies as well. Which was,
this reminds me, there's a bit in the catacombs which I had no idea what to do. I had to Google it. I went on YouTube for a walkthrough to find out, because I was stumped trying to work out how to do this thing. Basically, there's a little gate thing with one of those red things underneath it, and you can step into the darkness, but you can't shoot it. I was firing I was firing loads of the ones that you can shoot, and you blow up walls, that kind of stuff. with the hot boner. I was using that. Only after I looked for a walkthrough did I find out that you could turn your shotgun into a grenade launcher. Didn't know.
You haven't got there yet, Dylan, I think, because it's in the final act of the game, so it's the second.
Yeah, that does it. Because as it stands now, they've obviously only got 3 weapons. Obviously, my handgun, machine gun, and a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, and they're like left, up, and right, but there's still a slot. Down slot for another weapon. I don't know if there's another weapon to come. I don't know.
The 4th weapon. I think it's alternate modes on the same weapons. Like every time you get like a blue gem from defeating all the bosses.
Oh yeah, it changes it. You know what I mean? It upgrades that particular weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
I was looking at that earlier. I was pressing down. Like, what does this do? Because it's got something like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't do anything.
Not there.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming that doesn't get filled with another weapon then.
No. You would have had it long before now if there were. It's an alternate mode on one of your guns to do the rocket, to grenade launcher or whatever it was. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then there's like the interesting bits, like those like little side scrolling.
Oh, yeah, in Act 4.
Yeah, but there's like 2 on. Yeah, I don't know. But there's like 2. I've come across 2 so far of those little sections.
Yeah, it's. Though, because out of Shinji's game, Suda 51's game, I've only played No More Heroes and this. So, having played No More Heroes, where he likes to throw in like the odd mini game as part of the actual main game that you have to do a bit, I wasn't surprised. But at the same time, I was like, once fine, but when it like happened a couple of times, I was just like, I can't just get back to the normal shooting, please. I don't know if other people enjoyed it, but once was fine, but more than that, it got a bit tedious for me to do that.
So how many of those sections are there? There's 3, is there?
I think.
Yeah.
Because the last one is the boss. So.
Right. Okay. What's the boss called again? I can't remember what it was
It was
called.
the singer, the opera singer.
Oh, she the end boss, is she?
No. She's not. She's the Act 4.
Right. I get. Yeah.
But I was a bit like surprised because I would have expected like a proper match with like singing involved somehow, but no, it was like a hand-drawn paper style 2D shooter. There's no music. I feel like it goes against the point of her character. She's a singer, but who could bring demons in? But maybe it was a budget constraint potentially at the time. They were running out of money and thought this was a way to, because those sections count as an act, I think. They're not a bridge, they're an actual act. They're chapters of each act of that Act 4. So it just seemed a bit odd to me that the boss battle was this. That's all. So I don't know if others felt the same. Like that it was a bit odd to suddenly have this for the boss, but
I think odd's a very apt explanation for Suda 51 games.
Yeah,
they're all very odd.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, in No More Heroes, the mini games weren't the boss battles. So
no.
I can't even. I played that last year, and I can't really remember much about that game. To be fair, what were the style of mini games really? I can't even remember what were they.
Well, it was when you're going to one of the matched, the ranked matches, the boss battle. You get on a train, and it suddenly turns into like a try to remember like one of the arcade classics, but where you're going like aliens, like we're going along the bottom, or Space Invaders, whatever, along the bottom, and they're coming down the screen.
Oh, okay.
From memory, yeah.
But
that was like you fall asleep on the train, and you go into that mini game, and that you do that until like you die, and then you wake up, and then go and do the boss fights. So
right, okay.
Because hopefully my internet's running better now. It's been running like crap, and I didn't know why, and I just realised.
I think we will be spinning the wheel later tonight. I think. We'll stick with the games we've got. Maybe that because we haven't input our selections for another.
Well, that's a good point. We talked about doing that, didn't we? But we never actually.
Yeah, we never did it. So we'll do it on the next one. You know what I mean? Because then it's like I think it'll be game 12 the next stream. So that seems like a good cut-off point.
Yeah.
And then we start another.
I'm gonna spin it now. Gordon's actually showed up for one.
I know.
Yes, we
Showed
can.
up on time.
What was it? I'm trying to think what. I did start playing No More Heroes 2, but I think I couldn't get into it. I think I need to start. No, it
Not much
played
else to
differently. It played differently to the first one. I think because the first one you travel from place
You
to
have the
place.
open world hub.
Yeah, there's
But you
no
didn't really
hub
do
in the
that in the
second
second
one.
one.
Because you've beaten it, haven't you, Gordon?
I beat the 3 of them. Yeah, there's no hub in the second one at all. The third one, I don't think
Right.
there is either. No.
I've actually never played any of them. I've got
There's a lawn mowing simulator level in the third one. which
Yeah.
Ross would
Oh, I need it.
Ross would love it.
And bug picking up and litter picking up, you know, and because you're doing menial like kind of tasks to earn
Yes.
cash.
Yes.
You know, and between being an assassin, it's just like, well, you still got to eat, so you still have to.
telling
Yeah.
me this now. I'll end up with a hot boner in a minute. Oh, mindless task.
Wait to the
I'm telling you, though,
power
like,
section, Ross.
and these kind of days with all these multiverses, I'm sure there's going to be a Garcia Hotspur Travis touchdown crossover. There has to be, man. That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then the girl as well from Lollipop. But I don't know her name.
Yeah, you can make like a not like a Smash Brothers kind of game, but something like that with all the characters from Suda's.
It's just something. I just think it's crying out to be made. To be honest.
If you mix Lollipop Chainsaw with Shadows of the Damned, there'd be lawsuits.
Aye.
I mean,
I need to play
it could
Lollipop.
kind of work, you know, as in like the two worlds could be in the same world with like zombies and demons. So why not?
Yeah. Aye. It'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
We'll petition it.
But yeah, so it's good. You know, I didn't know what I was getting into going into it, but
So you glad you picked it?
yeah, definitely. It's one I've always wanted to play, and it is my kind those kind of games. I knew with it. I think it was the Resident Evil connection that made me think. Yeah, I think I'd like to have a go with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Also, gotta say,
He's
it's
done
one
some
of the
good
only games
stuff.
I can think of that drops the C-bomb quite a few times.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. It's the humor in it is just it's mental. You know what I mean? Like I think it was Gordon. You've said it. You mentioned you go swing. You know?
I love the way the hot boner starts is because he's on that sex line, isn't he?
Yeah.
His teeth start chattering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say it's really cool. I like the Mexican spin on it as well. I think that's really cool.
It gives the game more personality.
Aye, definitely.
Doesn't he actually ever say his name without fucking in the middle of it?
Of course.
Yeah, fucking Hotspur.
I will carve my name in your flesh, and it's Garcia fucking Hotspur.
Yeah. So, overall good game. Everyone else concur?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely worth playing. If you can get your hand on a copy, either old, new, whatever, definitely worth giving a go. Definitely worth playing.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, it was removed from the Xbox store just before the remaster came out.
I mean,
It's okay.
it wasn't on my radar until it got picked. Like I never heard of it. I've heard of Lollipop Chainsaw, but never heard of Shadows of the Damned, I don't think. But that's why I really enjoy doing this like monthly spin, because I play games that I would never have either heard of or picked up. I just never picked them up. It makes me actually go, no, try and do it and get to experience things like this. And I love the club for that. And for anyone watching, you should. We announce these games every time. Maybe like jump in and have a try as well. Not necessarily jump in live stream, but give the games a try, and especially give this one a try. It's Suda 51. You kind of know what you're getting when you go into a Suda 51 game, but directed by Shinji Mikami. And funny enough, the game I just beat, directed by Shinji Mikami. So I was like, oh, that's good timing.
If anyone else wants a reason to play it, the music's done by the guy from Silent Hill.
That's it. I was about to mention the music's done by someone.
Gary Yamaoka.
So what's he done?
But the music, he did Silent Hill.
Oh, is he? Oh, right. Okay, so that's a bit. That's big league, isn't
Masterclass in like setting like tone.
Like, when you go through the doors on that, it plays the same noise as when you open the menu and select things in Silent Hill.
Oh, does it?
Is he legally allowed to do that?
I guess if he created the sounds for it.
I mean, Konami might have a word, about reusing that.
I don't know. Piglet's Big Adventure or whatever it was.
Yeah, getting that flew under the radar for how many decades?
He does sound like Benicio del Toro as well. And Eddie's saying we haven't talked about the big penis going on top of the rooftops. I think we did, didn't we? The big boner. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, big boner.
Yeah.
Taste my big boner. You know what I mean?
I did find that bit annoying because it tells you which way they're coming from, kind of, doesn't it?
Yeah,
But the point is, it will tell you they're coming from both ways, and there's no one there. I found.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I actually just kind of flipping. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the part I got to on the hard mode, and it just got ridiculous. I'm
I
pretty
can
sure.
imagine. I thought it was quite
That's where I
difficult.
imagine that the aiming will be a bit shit because you've pretty much got a headshot there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the aiming on that bit did seem off. To be fair, you think you got it spot on, and it goes way off. But it's funny, it's funny bit that because whenever you kept up, when you die, you get like thrown into the foreground or whatever, and you'd go through the billboard, and you'd like be
I always want to know the big like evil Lord of the Underworld. You only ever see him from behind once, but the top of his head, where he's got so many eyes up on top, the back of his head's really long. Is he supposed to be really penisy?
Probably.
Let's be honest. Yes.
The game is just one big penis joke.
It is.
And then you got that bit where there's one of the bosses, and it's a big, massive one. I showed it in the trailer there, where he's pissing on a statue or like a monument.
Yeah.
I felt bad when I killed his horse.
Yeah. That's a bit unfair.
But one of the tough bosses, and it's one again. I was like, wow, am I supposed to beat this guy? You know what I mean? It was like a sort of a winged sort of.
The third man.
And he had this scythe, and he'd shoot like stuff at you. You know what I mean? And you'd have to. Yeah.
One that annoyed me.
Oh, I know the one. Yeah. And
You're thinking of the Grim Reaper one, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. When you fight him the third time, and he turns into multiple people, I could not work out how you could tell which was the real one.
Oh, those are the sisters, not men.
Okay, when it multiplies, how do you
tell?
There
was one there, and one of them had like it was like glowing in a certain way, wasn't it? You'd know that was the one you were supposed to go.
Yeah, there was a tell. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, yeah.
Yeah, my shit eyes didn't notice that.
Right. Okay. Shall we spin the wheel, Gordon? Do you have it to hand? Do you have it ready?
Does anyone have any final thoughts about the game that we want to say before we spin?
Jay, give me the iPad.
While we wait for the iPad, does anyone have any final thoughts? Time.
Hurry up.
Anyone final thoughts? Ross? Scott?
Anything I'll say is give it a go. If you find it cheap, play it.
Yeah, definitely give it a go.
I'd say you have a good time with it. And it's not too long.
8 to 10 hour to get through the story.
It doesn't overstay its welcome. You could probably play it if over the weekend or
I'll give it the first 3 chapters go really quick.
Yes.
When you hit 4 and 5, it slows down a bit.
You've got 3 minutes.
Perfect.
3 minutes with it.
Has it been updated, Gordon? Will the games that have picked have been taken off?
I'll soon tell you.
Voodoo Vince will come up
When
again.
it comes up again.
Pokemon Black comes up again.
Donkey Kong 3.
So who hasn't done a stream on here? Have you, Scott? You've done one, haven't you?
Yeah, I did the second or third one, I think it was, with the what was it? The other horror game.
What was that? Murder sales?
Murder. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had a game picked, but I've done a live stream.
None of your games have come up? You picked Rollo, didn't you?
Yeah, that's one of them. The Darkness and Ico.
See, Paul hasn't done a stream yet. None of his games got picked. I know Eddie's done a couple, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Fun to revisit the Darkness. Actually, it's one of 1000 G, which was quite difficult to do.
So. Is Gordon removing the games that we played? Is he?
I think so.
Taking out the amount of times Jay's put FIFA in it.
There's still 28 games on the wheel.
Yeah,
That's
fair
right.
enough.
I can't even remember what mine was. I think mine were Catherine and Gradius. So if they come up.
I still need
Catherine's
to play
here, yeah.
Catherine as well.
And Gradius, aye.
I've only done a
Right.
bit of Catherine, never finished it.
Shall I spin?
Go ahead then.
Spin.
How do I
Someone-
you as the main
Right
person?
I think you double click on him to make him big.
Here we go.
Right.
Up.
Okay, we have
Inversion.
Inversion.
Okay, yeah.
What the heck?
I've
Is
I've got
Inversion?
that. That's a
I've
free
I've
Inversion.
six.
played some of that.
Inversion's a 360 PS3 game. It's kind of almost like a Gears of War style game, but you can kind of the gravity changes and you can go on the walls, on the side of buildings, that kind of stuff. It's I don't think I've finished it,
Did you pick
but I got quite far in it, and the story's kind of like aliens attack, and they're after resources, something they put you into mine, you escape, get their guns, and then fight back against them. But they've got this like anti-gravity thing that flicks you. You can be walking down the road, and then you go onto the side of the building or upside down, all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure that's this.
Yeah, that is it. That's what happens in it. Yeah, you keep
I mean,
That's an Eddie game. Eddie picked that.
What's
Okay,
really
so-
annoying is I don't have that on the. Was it 360 or was it on PS3?
360 game, yeah.
It's 360, yeah.
I only say that because I'm trying to do my PlayStation Platinum challenge. I wanted something on the PlayStation this time.
It's on PlayStation, I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
you
have
can get
to-
on
I'll have to get
PS3.
that version.
Should we have a little look? Let's look on CEX, see what the price of it is.
I got
Oh,
the
that
trial
was
running
really
up.
cheap game.
It should be really cheap. I've got it on 360. I'll probably just play it on there.
I think it's probably that must be a cheap game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Sure.
was only like £1 or something. But then the games have gone through
Yeah,
the
they've
roof. So
gone
it could be anything now.
It's crazy, haven't they? It's £8 on PS3, and it's a tenner on the 360.
Wow,
So expensive. What?
that's ridiculous.
Luckily, I've already got it. That's fine.
There's plenty of. I think there's plenty of stock. Yeah,
I remember it actually being quite fun, but I didn't get that far in.
And like Paul said, it is a Namco Bandai published game.
It's a bit like this one where I'd only just started it before and put it back on the shelf. So it'd be good to go back and play something.
So this is definitely one that Eddie picked. Then, yeah.
It's Eddie's game, is it?
Yeah.
That's all of
Is that
Eddie's
all
games.
three of Eddie's games that have been picked
God.
now then?
Oh, I feel like saying, can we spin it again? Well, don't know. I mean, just like to try and see if there's someone who hasn't had the stream. That's all. Just curious.
Who's not streamed?
No.
I think I'm not streamed.
We're sticking with Inversion, yeah.
Oh, well, I don't think it's a very long game. I think it's like a 6-hour game. I think.
Oh, Eddie's back in the chat now. We can announce that his game's been picked, so he's going to have to stream.
He's gonna have to play this one.
So Eddie, if you are watching, if you're one of the 5 watching, Inversion is the next game for Club 52. I believe that's one of Eddie's picks.
I've got the trailer lined up if you want to show it.
Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'll pop that on now. Bear with me. Thanks, John.
Nice. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I forgot. You got that kind of glove that you've probably seen. It's like a device that you have that you can use to aim at enemies to make, again, the gravity and stuff to make them fly in the air, and then you can shoot them while they're floating in the air and stuff. It has got some good mechanics to it. It's pretty much what you'd expect from a game of that genre and time.
It's like a 6, 7 out of 10 kind of game.
It's what you'd expect, but it does have some pretty cool stuff. Again, like you saw it in the trailer where you float up and then turn sideways onto the building, things like that. They do look really cool, and it is a bit unique and good.
Kind of reminds me of if not Gears of War, but if Army of Two had a baby with Gravity Rush.
Yeah. Yeah. It just take a few bits from different games and kind of mash it together.
I've literally only ever played it because I was getting achievements out of it for the TA medals. So it'll be good to go back actually and play it properly to see what it's like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I need to finish it. I don't think I finished it, so it'll be good.
Eddie's saying he got the hat trick.
Eddie, the only one with all 3 games picked, I think.
That's a footballer term. Hat trick.
I've had 2. I need 1 more.
He's going.
Huh.
If you did, you've got to pay a tenner. It's not in stock at my local CX anyway.
But you know, there's like a lot of those games in that kind of era that you're talking, like the 7th gen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that are just glossed over and people just pass by. I mean,
they're mostly Namco games.
Aye.
Is Never Dead Namco? Was that Konami?
That's Konami.
Yeah. I just think of them sort of games. They're just
aye.
Just never really.
It's like when the Japanese developers tried to go Western, isn't it? So like Bionic Commando, and stuff like that. But just,
I think John mentioned it in the chat that Binary Domain's a class game. What a game that is! And everyone missed that. Like, it's so good.
Made by the guys that made it.
There's a game called Singularity as well, which is a really good.
Singularity's great.
It's brilliant, man. But it's just one that I completely missed.
Controversial opinion from Paul. Apparently, it's not.
That was good.
It's not backwards compatible, so it's not like you can play it on your.
I like the way he has censored himself on Shadows of the Damned.
I have to go retro and play it and OG.
He's saying he wants to change it to Never Dead. I don't have Never Dead either, and I'd rather it be Inversion than Never Dead because Never Dead's quite an expensive game these days.
Yeah, Never Dead's about £50 now.
Yeah, it's gone up.
I'd play either.
But yeah,
what's definitely 360.
Never Dead can be one of Eddie's new games on the new list.
What's this? Remember Me is RITTV. I don't know what that means.
That's that French game.
Oh, Remember Me.
Oh, Remember Me. That's pretty good.
Capcom published
to play.
Yeah, plays a bit like Batman with the combat.
Has everyone played Remember Me?
No.
Yeah, it's another one. I'm about halfway through it. Most of these games are about halfway through, so I'm happy they're coming up.
But that's the kind of game I'm talking about. That's the kind of game that I missed on the 7th gen, and a lot of people as well just missed.
Yeah, like and when the sequel to Dead to Rights, no one ever played that.
Retribution, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Aye. There's loads of 7th gen stuff. Syndicate as well. Eddie said that's a good game. I've not played that.
Syndicate's not bad, you know what I mean? I'm not really into first person shooter. I remember playing that, but I think I got to one boss and just for the life of me couldn't beat them, and I just put it down.
Yeah,
I never came back to it. But,
really played.
I'd put things like Magin and the Forsaken Kingdom into the Forgotten thing as well. It's strange I put Enslaved in there as well. It's got more of a rap now, but when it came out, no one cared about it.
Yeah, that's true.
well, Eddie, you're sitting on some Xbox 360 gold there if you've got that game.
Was that the PS3 Never Dead, Eddie? It probably was, 'cause I think I sold mine because I got it on the 360.
What has he got it on PS3?
Never Dead, yeah. If he got it off me, it would have been.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I quite like the 360 era, but then when you look back at the games, you've got this like muddy sort of look to the graphics. There's just no, it's even though it's HD, they still look a bit smeary. You know what I mean?
Everything's got strange light into it. It's like I noticed when playing this, everyone's got like a glow around
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they just got a weird, like, the character models just don't look.
But I think that's because they also had to think about putting it on a CRT at the same time, didn't it? They kind of made things more like stand out.
Maybe, yeah, probably, yeah, it makes sense, to be fair.
Apart from Dead Rising, I played that on a CRT and I couldn't read a single bit of the text.
Yeah, big complaint about that game, isn't it? Mine never did a see. Well, Eddie, if maybe put that in the wheel for next time, you know what I mean? So we'll wrap up anyway. So next game is Invasion, and we'll come back in about, I don't know, month's time, and Eddie will host the stream, and then we'll pick a selection of new games, I think.
Yeah,
get that ready.
Yeah, get the wheel together and get it planned beforehand.
Yeah. Are we doing like 3 games or 2?
I don't
We
mind.
can discuss that another time, you know what I mean, in the group, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one for the chat.
Yeah, cool. Right, okay. So it's anyone want to say anything before we shut down the stream? And wish goodbyes.
Yeah,
Well,
just next time if my internet's crapping out, let me know. Something will be updating downstairs. I don't know how bad it came through, but it was bad on my end.
It seemed fine from our point of view.
Okay, everybody else was really bad for me, so I guess upload was all right, but download was a bit crap.
Yeah. So there you go. Tony agrees with you, Ross, that the text was. It is. It's not great on standard definition. That's for sure. So what's this? What's Eddie saying now? New games. New games for 2025. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few I can think of.
But controversial opinion. Paul wants to ban Eddie from submitting any games.
He always submits a game, then realizes it's the wrong one.
You need to vet Eddie's choices.
I don't know what that meant. You know,
Emojis maybe that aren't working.
Yeah, probably. Right. Well, it's good night from me, and good night from everyone on the stream. Thanks to all those who joined us and have listened to this game. And we will catch you all in February.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Bye.
See you later. Cheers.